Boom! All right, guys, we're live and ready to go. It looks like I didn't have my microphone on. Classic little mistake. Welcome back to the stream. So this is the second stream of the day. We're going to be reviewing the stats for February here. And I want to keep this video fairly simple. Obviously, there's going to be a Q&A session. This whole video should only last, or like what I have to say should only last about 15 minutes or so. So then we'll dive right into the Q&As, and I'll just leave the rest to answer right afterwards. So if I see some questions popping up in the chat room, I'll just I might hold off on them depending how relevant they are to what we're currently talking about. But yeah, first of all, guys, this is the February recap. We want to go through kind of the biggest lessons from last month. So let's start by doing exactly that. Let's just recap. So after every month, I review my journal, my personal journal. I review my trade journal. I review a lot of trades, and then I kind of make a little bit of a recap of kind of like the biggest takeaways. This time I really wanted to focus on like the one thing that was really kind of sticking out. And I knew February was a very sloppy month for me. So let's go and kind of figure out why. And also, as a side note, I'm drinking this Montenegrin, I think it's from Montenegro, IPA, which is quite nice. Nikshiko IPA, but it really is delectable. Hits the spot. So it is after trading day, so I guess I'm allowed to. Anyway, February started off the worst way possible. Monday was when we had the TOS issue, if you guys remember that. This was catastrophic. Not really the losses, whatever. I lost $700 in one trade, whatever, not a big deal. What was a problem is I spent the next couple days over 10 hours plus support calls, and I think that really put me in a bad mindset. I never really recuperated. I never recuperated my money. TOS never watched my video. It was so stressful. I made forum posts and on TOS Reddit. They blocked my account on Reddit, on the subreddit of TOS, and it was just so frustrating. I got a lot of support, but also TOS just they didn't own up to the fact that their app was glitching. That was a really stressful time. I basically made a new trading rule out of that. Because I was so nervous to keep trading on TOS, especially with a lot of the glitches that everyone's aware of. So I had a new trading rule. If there's any signs for TOS to have issues pre-market, I will not trade any ticker that I'm not prepared to hold for another 10 minutes on TOS at the open. That sounds a little bit complicated, but basically I'm not going to trade the market open on TOS unless I'm prepared to hold a ticker for over 10 minutes. That's like the simple version. And that's a lot of times why lately, especially if you're watching the stream, you're like, why is Alex not really getting aggressive at the market open? Like 2 days ago, I think I did, but other than that, I haven't. And it's because TOS has just been absolutely horrible lately. And I do plan on switching our day trading account at one point. Not yet, and I don't see it for the next few months. I have an account at Lightspeed ready to go. It's not funded yet. So, just kind of, checking out my options, taking it slow. I mean, technically, if you look at our stats, I mean, it's been so nice. We've been on such a good run. So, trading is possible on TOS. It's just I'm starting to realize that I'm hitting a bit of a wall. If I want to get more aggressive on breakouts, if I want to start, doing kind of intense scalping, bigger size, especially around the market open, I can't use TOS for that. TOS is great. Charting, it has most of the day it's usually fine, but if you want to get aggressive around the market open, you're just going to need a different platform. That's it. So I'm kind of like at the end of the road a little bit with TOS. I still think I figured out how to make it work for me, but I think February was a lot of like just TOS stress. Anyway, that's one thing, but let me talk about another interesting statistic. So March, my dev and I were working a lot now on new statistics for Trade Journal. And I was kind of like, looking at a lot of statistics on other journal sites and just in general what a lot of traders use. And one really interesting kind of random statistic that popped out here is actually a profit loss statistic. Now, profit loss is, typically what, when you're buying and selling a good. Let's say you buy a good for, I don't know, a thousand bucks, and you sell it for $1,200, right? You got a little 20% profit margin, right? So it's a really kind of simple kind of metric, not really used with trading, but I thought, oh, let me try to figure out what my profit margin is, because one thing in February that I noticed. Let me quickly go to my stats here for February. So on our day trading alone, our day trading swing portfolio, we made $7,000 last month. But then I was looking here at the winnings. We made $27,000 in revenue, so to say. We made $27,000 in proceeds last month, but we gave back $20,000. So like my expenses, my cost of goods sold, so to say, was $20,000. So I was only left over with $7,000, and I was like, dang, like that doesn't seem very good. And honestly, it wasn't very good. When I went back in my other months, I actually realized it was quite horrible. If you go back here to January, for example, total winnings here, $17,000. So total winnings was less than February, but total losses was only $8,000 as opposed to $20,000. Obviously, every month I'm trying to increase my position size, but it just shows you that, I like sometimes increasing position size also just makes you a little bit sloppy. So I did a little bit of the math here. In January, for my day trading, my profit margin was 53%. So let's say if I sell $1,000 of goods, I make $530. Now in February, my profit margin went down to 26%. So if I sell $1,000 of goods, I only make $260. And I was like, dang, so my profit margin just got cut in half. If any company had a profit margin that was just cut in half, there would be red flags flying all over the place. Their stock price would probably take a massive dump. And that's why I was kind of thinking about some of these statistics, and I want to add a bunch more for March in Trade Journal. So be prepared for that. But this is the biggest thing that really popped up for me, and I want to explore a little bit more with you guys what happened here. What's up, Roshan? What's up, everyone? Yeah, Roshan, we're going to be doing a Q&A after in a little bit, so throw in any questions you have here. Yeah, Roshan, you can write off all your losses on taxes. At the end of the year, you get a 1099 from your broker, and you basically just pay the profit, right? What's up, Sasa? Okay, let's keep diving through here. Dive through some of these stats. And don't forget, guys, if you do enjoy the content, if you're learning something new, don't forget to drop a like. Easiest way to support the channel. I do appreciate that. All right, let's keep going here. So I wanted to do a little bit deeping. I wanted to dive down and do deeper digging. Something's wrong there. I wanted to dive in a little bit deeper, and basically I was like, okay, well, maybe January was just a really good month. So what's my average here? So I basically took the average of when I stopped the 25K challenge account, went to the unlimited account, and my average for that time period was about 44%. So you can clearly see that, February was much below that, and March, wasn't exactly that, or January wasn't really that much above it. So February, clearly things were going wrong. I think a bit of that was, we had a very shaky market. GME, with the whole GME saga, we had a lot of tickers that were just totally going haywire. It was a tough month to trade for sure. February, there was a lot of opportunity, but it was definitely a shaky month for sure. But I think just starting the month with the whole TOS issue, I was already kind of in a rough mindset. I was also a bit of a distracted outside of it. I was I was dealing with personal like travel plans. That was also like a lot to think about personally. So I think in February there was just a lot going on that was kind of throwing me off, in hindsight. But it really shows that big losses you really want to be avoiding. In February we had 3 or 4 trading days where we had over $2,000 of losses. So I broke my rules 3 or 4 times because my max stop on the day is 10% of my average position size. So this is March so far. In March, I'm up $3,000 so far. Today we made about $300, so we're going to be up $3,200. for this month. My average position size is about $10,000 for this month. Last month, my average position size was about $8,900. This is for February. And for January, my average position size was about $7,000. So 10% of that, that's $730 for January, $898 for February, and $1,000 for March so far, of when I can no longer trade on the day. Because if I go down over 10% of my average position size for March, that's $1,000. So if I'm $1,000 in the red, I can't do any more trading. In February, for some reason, I had 3 or 4, I forgot, $2,000 red days. Why? Like, if I just stuck to my rules there, I should have never had any red day over $1,000. So that alone could have saved me $3,000 and put $3,000 back in the bank, and I could have had over $10,000 of net profit last month. So just like understanding you have these rules for a reason, you got to follow them. So that's a big one alone, that I know I broke my rules there. But overall, I did a lot of sloppy trading. Sometimes I would be up $2,000 pre-market, and then I would do like 2 trades, and I would be back to zero. I would be giving back. One day, I gave back $5,000 in one trading day, and it was just like, it was so painful. So, yeah, that was some painful stuff. Let's do a little digger. Yeah, it's confusing. I don't know why I confused myself so much. Yeah, this beer is really nice. This IPA is highly recommended. Let's see if we can get a little better footage on that one. I figured, after a long work day, it was a little bit slower today. I figured, might as well enjoy things a little bit. So yeah, here we go. Also, for anyone that's wondering, we are in Montenegro. This is not my normal workstation. So just to clarify that, I know that we've been getting a lot of questions. Alex, did you get a new room? Did you yada yada, what's going on with your location? But I just want to kind of clarify, we're in an Airbnb right now. Where were we? Let's actually dive here a little bit more. So shaky stuff. Oh yeah, if I remove from this calculation, I should have probably said this before, but if I remove from the calculation these kind of larger term averages, and I just remove February, for example, which was the bad month, our average would go back to 50%. So my average really before February was pretty much consistently a profit margin of 50%. So in the stats, I want to be throwing this, so that just goes to show that really February was a disaster. Yes, I made a decent amount of money in February, but based on profit margin, it was a disaster. So I want to start including this overall profit margin percentage here somewhere. We're going to have a calendar coming in soon. It's going to be super dope. I can't wait for it. This is when the biggest thing missing on, I feel like, Trade Journal for a while now is a kind of profit chart and an overall calendar, so I can see my red and green days. So I can't wait for that to come. But let's go back here and review a little bit more. Yeah, I think that's actually the biggest thing that I found that I wanted to share with you guys today, because oftentimes, we dive really deep into my most profitable strategy. We dive into the specific trade setups and all this stuff, and nothing really has changed so much. So I didn't want to dive into something I dive into every single month. So that's why in this recap, I wanted to kind of switch it up. Let me just find one statistic that is mind-blowing. And I think this is the one, the profit margin statistic is the one that has kind of surprised me quite a bit. Before I answer any questions here or kind of get distracted, let me quickly do a little bit of a March forecast, because I know there's a lot of questions about swing trading in our swing trade portfolio, which freaking, trust me, it's down 2.8 thousand right now. So our swing trade portfolio took a massive hit, and we talked about it quite a bit on the stream today. But honestly, there's nothing that's game changer new. There's nothing really new going on. Obviously, yeah, the NASDAQ sold off quite a bit. That's a bit of a concern, but it doesn't really concern me that much. The NASDAQ sells off from time to time. It's just what the market does. So it really doesn't bother me that much. I think we have some more downside potential into the 12,000s, but we'll see. I'm not in the game of trying to predict the market. As a day trader, everyone thinks that you're trying to predict the market. That's really not all what you're trying to do. You're just trying to look for setups that have good risk reward, and you try to get aggressive when the setup looks good, and you're just patient when it's not. That's really all you're doing. You're not really trying to predict anything. You're just looking for setups, and you're looking for a good risk reward where the downside isn't as big as the upside, and then you trade it as much as possible. It's just expected value pretty much. Anyway, the Nasdaq sold off quite a bit. Obviously, since we're a momentum trader and a momentum swing trader, a lot of our favorite swing trades have took a huge hit, which is fine. So right now, if anything, I would be accumulating more. I feel like all the tickers we're looking at are pretty decent companies. A lot of them are SPACs as well, so you have to take that with a grain of salt. Everyone has a different risk tolerance and whatnot. But yeah, for us, it's swing trading SPACs a lot. One really good thing is, and I say this all the time, you want to divide your portfolios. I have a day trading portfolio, so even if my swing trade portfolio blew up and had a disaster, I could still hold through that. I have a long time horizon for my swing trades, at least 8 weeks for any swing trade I enter, and it does not overflow into my day trading portfolio. So if my swing trades were in my day trading portfolio and my swing trades brought my day trading portfolio under $25,000, I can no longer day trade, right? Don't put yourself in that position. It's that simple. So have a day trading portfolio, have a swing trading portfolio, and have an investment portfolio. That's the easiest way to do it. Day trading has nothing to do with investing. So just, divide it all. Swing trading is kind of somewhere in the middle. But yeah, just be really careful with having these portfolios all mixed together. Let me take a breather here for a second. There's been a lot of questions lately, probably because it's tax season. Really, April's tax season, but that's next quarter. But we're pretty much, right around the corner about taxes. And I feel like a lot of the questions, don't take it personal, are just really on the wrong side of what you guys should be asking. So day trading is a job. If you make money from day trading, let's say at the end of the month, obviously in February, I made $7,000. So if I make $7,000 times 12, which is 12 months, I would make $847,000, right? Over the year. So that has nothing to do with my total winnings, right? It has nothing to do with my total winnings. Let me see what Roshan, what the question is. I want to know about tax bar because I still have under $25,000, so I can't really day trade, so I don't know what percent is taxes. I don't really get that question because, okay, let's say I make now $84,000. Well, it's not capital gains, it's income tax. Day trading is a job. It's not capital gains. It's not investing, and it's very clear with tax law. So now let's do tax bracket calculator. First, I have to be able to spell, but that's besides the point. So now let's take, oops, where'd that number go? Oh yeah, let's take this number, which was the $7,000 times 12. This is what I would make in a year if, let's say, perfect averages. So single filing, taxable income. Oh, you know what? Can't even put that in, whatever, 84. So that's pretty much, that's right here, which means my tax bracket is 22%. Obviously, that's a progressive tax income, so I'm only paying 22% of all my income over $40,000. I wish they had a little bit of a better one. Let's actually go to another one, and then we'll quickly show you guys income tax calculator. Let's see if they have it. Oh, this is pounds. Calculator USA. Let's see if this pops up. Free smart tax calculator. Sorry, I wasn't really planning for this, but I'm located in Florida. Single. It's 2963. So boom, this would be my taxes here. So my marginal tax rate is 22%. My effective tax rate with all the added progressive taxes added up is 13%. So I would be paying $18,000 on my my $84,000 profit, which we just calculated from February gains right here. So 7,000 times 12 is $84,000. So I would be paying $18,000. And then I take home $66,000. So yeah, it's that simple. I hope that makes sense, because I feel like there's a lot of confusion with it, where people think you have to pay your quote unquote revenue, how much you make, your total winnings, and all that stuff. Which in Europe it's different. So this is for America. So take that, take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt, but also with just geography. Like every country is different. So this is just for the States. I only dollar cost average if my trade thesis is still right. I go into that a lot. I'm not going to go into it in this video because I don't want to repeat myself here for everyone that has heard me repeat it 1,000 times. I literally talk about dollar cost averaging and trade theses all the time. Check out the stream from today. Check out the timestamp, what I would do if my swing trade portfolio sells off. I talk about that exact thing, Christian. What's your average? Sauce, I was wondering what my average monthly earnings for the last year to date is. Well, we have the unlimited portfolio that we do on the stream, which started in July, and we've been working that one up. So let's just go here from July 1st to, I don't think this is too much, July 1st to, let's just do December. So we made almost $28,000 on the unlimited account, but our average position size last year was pretty small, so that's gone up quite significantly. If you just go to, let's duplicate this one, and we check out the earnings for this year. Obviously, this is only counting the day trade portfolio. Let's just remove that. So this year, I'm up $19,000. So if the last 6 months of last year I was up $27,000, and this year I'm already up $20,000, it's a big part of that is really my increased position size. The stats are pretty much roughly the same. Risk reward is almost 1-to-1, which is not that great. 65% winning ratio. So far this month or this year, I'm at 68% winning ratio. With a negative risk reward ratio. So mostly February because of that. February was so bad, honestly. February was just a total disaster. And, well, not a total disaster, but in terms of like my average trading stats, and then February was very low. February was still very profitable. It was just not a very good statistic month for me. So there's definitely that. This is since the start of the year. So yeah, the profit margin, guys, is the biggest thing I really wanted to be sharing with you guys. This thing has been huge. So quick little recap, my profit margin has been 50% on average. And for February, the most shaky month has been 26%. So for every $1,000 I make trading, I give back around 75% of that in February. So February, we wrapped up $27,000 in revenue, but we gave back $20,000. While in January, for example, which is closer than, it's slightly above my average, we made $17,000, but we only gave back $8,000. We netted $9,000. So if I just had a 50%, if I just kept this average, or my average of 50%, we would have walked away with about what's that, almost $14,000 last month. So it really shows like last month was a slippery month for me for sure. Yeah, Rashawn, use a tax calculator, and that should really help. Happy that the explanation helped, Roshan. I'm throw on any questions, man. No worries. I'm happy to do. I mean, that's what we're doing here. We're doing Q&A, and plus I got a beer, so I got time. Actually, it's almost empty. Oh my god. All right, never mind. I either got to get another beer or the time's running out. Let's see here. capital gains tax has nothing to do with day trading. Capital gains tax is easy to confuse because you think, oh, I'm making money with my money. That's capital gains. No, no, no. Capital gains is only for positions you hold over a year. That's what it is. No, Sasa, it's a Montenegrin IPA. Good guess though. Niki Shiko or something. Niki Shiko. Yeah, Bren, thanks for answering that question from DAEA Baller. Yeah, of course. It's gonna be uploaded right. Well, right after the stream, the video is there. You know, I think sometimes it goes away for like 10, 20 seconds or 2 minutes or something like that, depending. Roshan's asking another question. I tried setting up my screener on Weeple according to one of your videos, but still a bit different. Have you updated anything with your current screener? Do I have a video on Weeple screener? Yeah, I think I do. No, I haven't updated anything. Check out the Discord link if you guys are curious. To go to the Discord link, just go right here, tradejournal.co/connect. Scroll down, you see the Discord link. There's a whole entire category where we talk about scanners. I have my video, I have screenshots of my settings for my scanners. So just go through it there. For Weeble, they have a pretty decent scanner that you can't really use any filters on. It's like hard-coded scanner for pre-market gappers. I would use that one. It doesn't miss anything, but sometimes it has some clutter, but that's as bad as it gets. So use the default pre-market scanner on Weeble. I think that's pretty good. Heck yeah, Omar, I love that, man. Happy to hear, man. Omar says, I learned so much from you just by following your strategy. After some losses, I'm doing very well now. Nice, sweet. Losses are normal, man. Losses are part of the game. There's nothing new about losses. You know, they're part of it, you know. Praise them. Like, they're not going anywhere. It's all about keeping them small, right? And that was a big mistake in February. And that's what you see here. That's exactly what this statistic says. I let a lot of trades. You know, I gave back way too much money. So I either need to, stop trading more often when it's not hot, get aggressive when it's hot, and then, walk away. That's actually what I did yesterday. Do you guys remember that? Yesterday, I was up like $1,200 pre-market, and then the market started slowing down, and I straight up went and took like a 45-minute nap. And then I got back on the stream. Well, I started the stream. Not the best idea because you get out of the flow a little bit, but it was good to walk away because the 2 days before that, I gave back almost all of my pre-market profit just by continuing to trade when it wasn't that hot. So it's important to know when to trade. BG, you know that. You've been on his streams. I don't know why you're asking that. Yeah, I try to narrate as much as possible. I feel like I almost never don't narrate a trade. I walk through my thoughts as I'm trading. But never follow me. You're always going to be at least, I think the stream's delayed 10 seconds or so. Never follow anybody. You always want to know why you're trading what you're trading, or else you can't get better. Do I usually use my scanner to decide the trades for the day? Yeah, I'm pretty dependent on the scanner. I think every trader uses their scanner like religiously. If it's not on my scanner, I don't trade it because I don't see it, right? Sometimes I keep trades in mind from the day before, but that's pretty much it. Like rarely am I, let me check yesterday's gapper. I'm checking yesterday's gappers to document my trades already, but unless there's like a multi-day runner and it's holding its highs and it's it's making a stair stepper pattern, I'm probably not going to be looking at it honestly. If it's on my scanner, I'm not trading it. sometimes my scanner doesn't pick up something, and then I'll be like, uh-oh, I missed it. But then oftentimes the chat room, you guys, the community, you guys will point it out and say something. So that's really good. So it's kind of nice to where we can all kind of feed off each other, and it's a big learning environment. That's really good. Nice, BG. Yeah, happy to hear, man. And yeah, we're all here to help each other, honestly. Like, I learned so much from you guys. The amount of things on my TOS alone that you guys have helped me adjust or just called me out for not having. For example, this is like the most obvious one, or this is probably one that nobody really thinks about. Oh yeah, look at SLGG. Really had a good run here, starting at 11. So this was a late popper, but whatever. We stopped trading today early at like 10:30, somewhere in this area. Like, for example, I used to have all sizes here selected, and it was just showing so much nonsense. So I wasn't able to see the big orders go through, and it was kind of stressful. And somebody said, I forgot who it was a few months back now, said, Alex, why don't you have your size to, I don't know, greater or equal to at least 200? And I was like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. Like, it's such an obvious thing that sometimes, when you stare at something every day, you start overlooking stuff. Corey came, was it this month? No, I think it was last week, with mixed volume, where I just added this to my chart. So it shows each volume candle, how much sell and how much buy volume it has. So it's just like, constant little tweaks makes a big difference. So yeah, I appreciate constantly learning from you guys as well. I think that's really what it's all about, All right, let's wrap it up here. Let me see if there's any more questions. Roshan and BG, let's see here. So you said you're kind of on edge with TOS. What do you think you're going to use next? Is there a reason you don't want to use Webull? Yeah, so Webull is not really a day trading platform either. It's just like TD Ameritrade. Like, it was built for retail investors to manage their investors. It's not built for proper day trading. There's no direct routing or anything like that. There's lag around the open. They're routing to a market maker like Citadel, which has problems all the time. Hence, Robinhood always having issues and TD Ameritrade having issues. So I'm looking for a direct access broker like Lightspeed. So again, I'm not, tomorrow you're not going to see it. You're not going to see it next month. But, down the road, as I become a better and better trader, and I realize there's a brick wall in front of me where if I want to take my trading from this level to the next level, and I need to do this, I need to switch brokers for that. I'm looking at Lightspeed. Webull is also not quick enough. Webull is even slower than TD Ameritrade. I was trading for about 2 weeks with both brokers. I have 4 screens, and I had Webull on a second screen, and it was always a little bit delayed. I don't know why, but it was just constantly slower. Sometimes I would see a spike on TD Ameritrade, and then boom, right afterwards I would see it on Webull, and I would be like, that's weird. And the order book also a little slower, so I don't think I would switch to Webull for day trading. One thing I really like about Webull is the extended hours. Webull has full pre-market and after hours. I think Webull is probably one of the best web-based platforms out there. I wouldn't really use it for day trading, but I think for swing trading, it's amazing. I would definitely recommend it for swing trading, and for investing, it's really good as well. I think TD Ameritrade for day trading is slightly better. The charts on TD Ameritrade are just really nice as well. So yeah, that's my feedback. Probably very subjective. Take it as you want. Let's see, what else did I miss here? Do I live feed my pre-market trading from BG's wondering? No, I don't live stream my pre-market trading. That's the only trading I do that I don't live stream, and that's because it's not consistent. I can't guarantee you that I'm going to be trading pre-market. Most of the time, I wasn't. It was just like in the last 4 months where it really started becoming a thing. But technically there's no difference trading pre-market and the market open. Pre-market just doesn't have halts. It's pretty much the main difference. It's nice to trade because there's no halts. So yeah. But no, I don't stream it. I need a little bit of, downtime as well. I need to like try to experiment sometimes, and it's hard to like experiment on a stream because on a stream you're trying to like, explain things, and I can't explain things that I don't know. Often like it doesn't mean I'm not going to experiment during the stream, but it's like I don't want to be on the stream all the time being like I don't know what I'm doing, which is fine. But I'm trying to like do what I'm good at on the stream, so to say, which sometimes is nothing because there's no opportunities like today. Well, okay, that's wrong. There was some good opportunities, but there were not that many, and it was kind of shaky. Yeah, John, I'm stoked to check it out. Yeah, 40%. That's tough, Rick. Uh, that's really tough. Yeah, John. Trust me, I'm stoking just for that. Yeah, just know Rashawn and BG. Honestly, there's no difference. Like, check out your scanners. Make sure you know what's gapping. We review it pre-market, so after you have done your pre-market research, you can see what I think and then see like if there's any differences. So honestly, I think it's good for everyone that I don't trade pre-market because or stream pre-market because it forces you to have to learn and understand why I'm thinking what I'm thinking by the time market opens. Yeah, Rashawn, I would not recommend RSI for day trading. I think RSI is delayed. Well, every indicator technically is delayed, right? Everything is just a derivative of price and volume. Um, Keep it simple. RSI doesn't tell you if a stock's going to go from $3 to $5 to $10 to 2050. If you look at RSI, you're never going to be trading, if 5,000% winner, which happens every now and then. RSI is great for swing trading and it's great for divergence, identifying divergence when something over many weeks or many days and many weeks is extended or exhausted. I love RSI for that and that alone. I will never use RSI for day trading. It's gonna mess you up like no tomorrow because it doesn't belong in the day trading category. In my eyes, some people might be killing it with the RSI, so just like everyone is different. You got to know that. For my personal strategy, RSI would throw me off. I like the 9 EMA, that's the blue line. I like VWAP, that's the purple. We have two deviations of VWAP, that's the maroon and the yellow. That's it. That's all I use. And then obviously I draw my support and resistance. I think support and resistance is key. I don't know, Rick. It really depends. Again, I would go back to your original trade thesis. So think about why did you enter the trade, and think is that thesis, is that original reason you entered the trade still valid? And if it is, then ask yourself why are you not buying more? And if you can't buy any more because you're fully allocated, okay, that's what it is. But if the trade thesis is wrong, then I would probably close the position. It's tough closing a position at 40% loss. I've done it multiple times, but yeah, I don't know. It depends. I don't like bag holding. But yeah, I mean, everything's selling off right now. Like my whole swing portfolio is down a lot. So I'm at the point too where I'm like 10% down on a lot of positions where it's like, do I want to close now? Do I want to average down? What's my thesis? Is there new news? So, a lot of readjustments have to happen. Yeah, I do need to get another beer, but I want to wrap this up beforehand, or else I'm going to probably go another 30 minutes. I think, 40 minutes is long enough for anyone watching the playback. We covered all the main topics for sure. You're struggling with breakouts and pullbacks. Keep it simple. Stop doing the one you are worse at. Review the stats. Study all your past trades. Study, and study some more. And look for something that makes sense. Look for a repeating thing that, is it certain price action, a certain catalyst? Most likely it's going to be some sort of price action. What kind of constantly appears before a loss? What constantly appears before a winning trade? Try to pick one thing out. Sometimes all it takes is just finding one statistic or one play or one pattern. But I would probably say first, focus on being good at one strategy and then add another strategy. So maybe stop trading breakouts or stop trading pullbacks depending on which one you're better or worse at. Yeah, obviously, Roshan, I work down the list. The list starts with the biggest gainers. So pre-market, I'm going to be looking at the percent, the mark percent. So basically, pre-market rally. Obviously, the scanner's not working right now because pre-market's over. So it'll say, let's say 100%, 50 or 75, 50, 25, and let me focus on the top three, and then I start my research. Once the market opens, I move this to top gainers and I move that to dollar volume. And that's how simple it is. And then I do my research, and if it fits my checklist, study the checklist. Study the foundation video series. I talk about all this stuff a lot of these questions sometimes I won't answer because I literally have it all right here in 1 to 2 hours of videos, totally free for you guys. So just do your homework, go through the checklist. If it checks out over 6-7% of these things, it's probably a hot ticker. Keep it simple. You don't have to recreate the wheel. It's a very simple stuff. Being patient and getting aggressive when all the stars align, right? Yeah, no worries. This is a Q&A session anyway. Do I post my swing investment portfolios? I post my swing portfolio. I don't post my investment portfolio. I could start doing that, but maybe at one point. There's really no point in it, though. I talk about what tickers I like all the time. That's awesome, Rashawn. Love that. That's hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious, man. Appreciate it, though. Yeah, let's hope for the best. EH, I don't know. I can't really comment on that stock. I don't know much about it. Had a huge exponential run. I don't know why it went down so much here. 216. No, that's 216. Oh, it was a 3-day weekend, I guess. So maybe there was some really bad news that came out. Short seller report. Yeah, okay, short seller report. Those can mess up a company pretty heavy. Big market cap. 3 red day sell off. I wouldn't be surprised if it had some sort of bounce soon, but I mean, I don't know where you were holding this one. If you're down 40%, you're buying this one pretty much near the highs. Well, actually, you probably bought it here in this area, around 60s, which actually wasn't too bad. It's good bounce here, but it was a dead cat bounce. You want to watch out when this ticker is on the back side of the move, guaranteed. So you want to be careful. This is the front side. Now it's on the back side, right? It broke back below the 9 EMA, retested it here. This would have been a great time to close. You guys hear me say every time on the stream, I'm very careful when a ticker comes back to the 9 EMA on an engulfing candle. That is just the biggest red flag ever. And now it's trending back to the downside. So eventually it's going to retest this 9 EMA. Is it going to break back above it and trend to the upside? I don't know. Tough to say. I don't know anything about this stock, but technical analysis wise, right now it's in a downwards trend, and most likely it's going to try to go towards all these lows and see if it can break it. So it's going to probably hit 28, and then it's going to bounce off of 28, and then it's going to hit 28 again, and probably bounce off it again. And then it's going to hit 28 again, and maybe it's going to crack it, right? It's going to, how low can the stock go? There's a short seller report, so clearly that, could be pretty bad, and that's being priced in right now. But again, I don't know anything about EH, but that's what the stock is telling me right now. Life, I don't think there's any reason to. I don't really see any reason to start an LLC for your business. Every individual is a sole proprietor, so you pretty much are a company in America. So I don't see any reason to start a company for your trading. You can write stuff off for your business, for yourself, just the same way. I don't have an LLC for my business, but I have an S Corp for my software company. So I don't know. Welcome to the community, Evan. I see that, Duck. So yeah, I don't think it's necessary, but if you do it, it's not a bad thing either. Imzo, bad kitty. That's kind of fun. Welcome. Yeah. I know, Life. You've been all over the place lately with taxes. It's almost comedic. Every stream, there's like a new theory you throw on us. I'm not sure about that. It's definitely income, Life. I think it's probably a time you speak to a local accountant. Just sit in the office and go through it for an hour and just get it all clarified. We went through taxes earlier in this video, so it's timestamp. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap it up here. Rick said average at 64. Yeah, okay, so you're buying this dead cat bounce most likely. Yeah, you were up a decent little amount, but yeah, let's see what happens, man. I would be nervous that it keeps selling off to 28. That's what I would be nervous about. Yeah, it seems like you have a very specific case, Life. So definitely, speak to an accountant. I would tax accountant. I would argue. Yeah, Roshan, I've done that several times. It's not really something I advertise, but if you're interested, just email me, alex@tradejournal.co, and we could work something out. Here is the disclaimer with my email. Sweet, yeah, Roshan. Well, we can work something out for sure. Definitely a little tight schedule, but we'll find a slot. All right, guys, that's everything. Thanks for all the questions. A lot of good questions here for sure. I'll see you guys then first thing tomorrow morning, and let's try to get back to a profit margin of over 50%. I mean, that's my average before February, which is 44. Because February was like a disaster in my profit margin. So, let's try to not give back profits and be consistent. Today, I think my profit margin was around 20% or so. It was bad. Today, we gave back a lot of profits. I pretty much restarted my P&L multiple times today, so not so good. Sync V, unfortunately no, because of some bigger accidents along the way, for sure, that I've definitely reviewed on this channel. Several, but we should be pretty soon, so I'm not worried. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Like always, stay safe, make some awesome trades. Well, if you're still trading, and I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning then. I'm looking forward to it, actually. Last trading day of the week. Let's keep it green. That would be our, fourth? No, that would be our fifth green day in a row, so that'd be pretty sweet. So comment collected, guys. And remember, check out Trade Journal. We got so many more stats coming. I literally just can't wait. I'm so stoked for March's trade recap or monthly recap, because we're gonna have so many more stats to dive into together. So it's gonna be good fun. All right, guys, I am out. Peace.